The one sign you're a we're fine couple is you laugh it off instead of bringing it up, and the distance is growing. There are moments when something will happen that genuinely bothers you. A tone, a comment, a brush off, or maybe a forgotten promise. And you feel it. Your body feels it. Your chest gets tight, and your brain starts drafting a speech. But instead of saying, "Hey, that didn't feel good," you do the thing that feels safer. You smile. You make a joke. You toss out a little sarcastic line like, "Oh, cool, love that for me," and you laugh. Then you move on. And if you do that a lot, if you keep choosing humor because honesty feels risky, this video is for you. Because that laugh it off habit doesn't just keep the peace, it quietly creates distance. Hey there, I'm Ashley, founder of Playful Remedies, and since 2009, I've helped couples get out of the we're fine loop and back into the kind of connection that feels light, safe, and actually fun again. So if you want playful, tiny, doable acts of love that bring back closeness without making it feel heavy or complicated, tap subscribe, because this is exactly what we do here. Alrighty, let's dive a bit deeper into this laughing it off thing. Because we're fine, couples usually aren't trying to be distant. You're usually trying to be kind. You're trying to be easy. You're trying to keep the vibe good. You're trying not to ruin a decent night with a hard conversation. And honestly, I get it. When life is loud, work, kids, stress, dishes, bills, sometimes the last thing you want is to add an emotional, "I need to talk" to the pile. So you do what you've learned to do. You keep it moving. You make it funny. You tell yourself, "It's not that serious," or "It's not worth it." But then a weird thing starts happening. You're sitting right next to each other on the couch, and it feels like there's a tiny gap that wasn't there before. You're together, but you're not really with each other. And that's the lonely part no one talks about. The fact that not fighting can still feel like losing. When you laugh it off instead of bringing it up, the closeness starts to fade. This could look like you're hurt, but you act fine. Your face is smiling, but your nervous system is like, "Oh no, we're not okay." You say, "I'm kidding," when you're not kidding. You drop a playful line like, "Must be nice to sit down," or, "Wow, I just love being the household manager." Maybe you drop, "Okay, so we're doing the silent scrolling thing again." You turn a real need into a joke because a need feels too vulnerable. Asking directly feels like it might start something, or worse, it might get dismissed. You keep conversations safe and surface level. Schedules, errands, what's for dinner, what show you're watching. But anything emotional stays behind glass. And here's what that could mean. It's not that you don't have honesty, it's that honesty has started to feel like a risk, and humor feels like protection. Because what you don't say doesn't disappear. It stores inside you. It turns into tiny emotional receipts you never meant to keep. I didn't say anything when they interrupted me. I didn't say anything when I felt rejected. I didn't say anything when I needed help and they didn't notice. And eventually, you're not just avoiding conflict, you're avoiding closeness. Because closeness requires feeling comfortable to be open, and openness requires safety. Now this is the part that gets so many couples. A lot of we're fine couples tell themselves, "We're good because we don't fight," or "I'm just not good at communicating." "I don't want to be needy. If I bring it up, it'll make it worse." "I'm being dramatic. I should just let it go." But here's what I hope that you hear from this. If you have to make a joke to feel safe telling the truth, you're not bad at communication. You're trained in self-protection. And that makes sense. Just a quick note, a nope not tonight moment doesn't mean you're peaceful. It usually means discomfort feels hard to sit in. So you try to skip the moment that could get a little tense, but relationships get tense sometimes. Not toxic, not screaming, just real life, complicated. Two people trying to feel understood at the same time. Here's what's really happening. Laughing it off doesn't protect your relationship. It protects you from a moment of vulnerability, while slowly costing you the feeling of being known. And this is what's underneath it. Distance doesn't always come from big blow-ups. Sometimes it comes from 1,000 tiny moments where you needed to be real, and you chose funny instead. And I'm not anti-funny, obviously. This is Playful Remedies. I love humor and playfulness. But if your jokes are doing the job your honesty is avoiding, that's not playfulness anymore. That's a buffer between you and the truth. So instead of waiting until you're already fully simmering, start smaller. You can think of it like micro-honesty. A tiny truth, no big scene, but still a real moment of connection. Because when you wait until you're past your limit, your honesty can come out like a full evidence case file you've been collecting. And then your partner gets defensive, you regret bringing it up, and your brain goes, "See, this is why I keep it in." That's the loop. Let's break it. Here's what to do instead, in just 3 steps. Step 1. Name the moment early when you are at level 2, not level 9. You could say, "Hey, that landed weird. Can we reset?" Or, "I'm noticing I'm pulling back. I don't want to. Can we talk for 2 minutes?" Or give this one a try. "That stung a little. Can you say it again a different way?" Step 2. Make it about connection, not blame. Instead of starting with, "You always," try, "My brain told a story, and I want to check it with you." Step 3. End with one clear request, because honesty without a request turns into venting. You could ask, "Can you reassure me?" How do you think it would feel to ask, "Can you help me feel like we're on the same team?" Or, "Can we do a quick hug and restart?" No perfect wording needed, just a real moment. And here's a secondary sign that often shows up with this. You hint instead of making a clear request. You say things like, "I'm so tired," or "Wow, today was a lot," but you never actually say what would help, because that feels vulnerable. So your partner misses the hint, you feel unseen, and now you're both quietly frustrated. And this is where a fun mini-game can help. It's called the Sarcasm-to-Softness game. How to play. One of you says the jokey version, then you immediately rephrase it into the honest version. No lectures, no emotional fireworks, just a playful way to soften your words. Here's one example. The jokey version of a statement that may slip out when you are overwhelmed could be, "Must be nice to sit down." The softer version might sound like, "I'm feeling overwhelmed and I could really use your help for 10 minutes. Another example. Jokey version. "Oh, cool. We're doing solo scrolling on our phones again." Softer version. "Can we do 5 phone-free minutes? I miss you." Or, "Maybe this is what comes to mind for you." The jokey version. "It's so great being the household manager. All the time." Softer version. "I'm carrying a lot mentally. Can we pick one of my to-dos that you can take care of this week?" Here's a pro tip. After the soft version, your partner responds with one of these. "I hear you. That makes sense. What would feel helpful right now?" That's it. Because you don't need to stop being funny. You just need a way to let your humor lead you back to honesty instead of away from it. So yes, the number one sign you're a don't want to make it a thing couple is you laugh it off instead of bringing it up. And the distance is growing. But the good news? This is fixable. Because you're not broken. You're just stuck in a pattern that can be reset with little truth-telling moments and a quick and easy repair. And couples who give this a try? They usually feel the shift fast because suddenly you're not guessing anymore. You're back on the same team. If you've been nodding along a little, here are 3 ways to take this further. Hit subscribe, because I post playful ways to reconnect without the pressure to help you get out of roommate mode and back to actually enjoying each other again. Comment honest if you've felt this laugh it off before honesty pattern. You're not alone. And tonight, ask your partner this one sentence. Is there anything you've been laughing off because you didn't want to start a fight? And your only job is to listen, not defend. Because once you see this pattern, you can't unsee it. Awareness is the first step to changing it, and I look forward to hearing how this goes and seeing you for the next video.